Jai Sadgurudeo. Good morning to all of you. My name is Dipti and have joined this satsang from Glenrock, New Jersey. Before we begin this session, I would like to bow down and offer my prayers to the holy feet of Lord Sadgurudeo. Please join me by closing your eyes. वार वार वंदन करूं सद्गुरु देव हमार, यहाँ वहाँ सब ठाम में महिमा परंपार। शरण शरण में शरण हूँ, हे गुरु बंदी छोर, मोहे उबारो हे गुरु, यह सो बार होर। Welcome to Weekly English Satsang, organized by North America Institute of Vihangam Yoga. In the current times, our day-to-day life has become busy in fulfilling our physical and mental requirements and social responsibilities. In this fast-paced routine life, the requirements of the soul are often forgotten. So first of all, I congratulate each one of you for taking some time from your busy schedule to fulfill the requirements of our soul through satsang. Also, NAIVY is proud to announce that if you are looking for breathing and meditation session, it happens every day, twice in the morning and evening at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. EST. I request all of you to join daily practice session to complement this satsang session for holistic change we are looking for. Now let's move ahead to the discussion of the day section, that is Swarved Wisdom. So this section has been introduced by North America Institute of Vihangam Yoga for past few months. As we all know that Vihangam Yoga was established by Sadguru Sadafaldevji Maharaj in the year of 1924 in the city of Allahabad, India. And in his lifespan, he has written many books, but Swarved is the masterpiece which was created by Sadguru Sadafaldevji Maharaj. And as per our current master, current Swamiji, Sadguru Swatantradevji Maharaj's instruction, as a disciple, we have to read the Swarved every day, at least a couple of doha every day. And Swarved book is the wisdom which was written by Sadguru Sadafaldevji Maharaj in his Samadhi state. And for today's discussion, our speaker is Sudhanshuji, who has joined from Tel Aviv. As we all know that Sudhanshuji is associated with Vihangam Yoga since his childhood days, and he has been completely devoting his time in Seva Sadhana Satsang whenever we see Sudhanshuji's status in NAIVY core members. So Sudhanshuji, please come forward and please take the position and discuss the Swarved Gyan with us. Please come forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dipti. शरण शरण मैं शरण हूँ, हे गुरु बंदी छोर, मोहे उबारो हे गुरु, यह सौ बार निहोर, जनाधीन वंदन करें, केहि विधि की जैसे वो, वार पार की गम नहीं, नमो नमो गुरुदेव। तीन लोक नौ खंड में गुरु से बड़ा न कोई, करता करे न करि सके, गुरु करे सो होय. I bow down to the lotus feet of Sadgurudeo. I bow down to the lotus feet of Sant Pravar Sri Vigyan Dev Ji Maharaj. Bow down to the lotus feet of Sant Sri Nam Dev Ji Maharaj. On the feet of Acharya Parivar and all the disciples and the spiritual seekers who joined this session. I bow down to all of them. Here to discuss the wisdom of the book about which our host Deepti ji has just explained to you. We call this book as the scripture of and the encyclopedia of spirituality. This book contains the knowledge which Swamiji has acquired in his 17 long year of meditation, and he wrote this book in the cave of Himalaya in his samadhi state. So every word of this book explains you the deep secrets of spirituality. So let's discover few pearls from that ocean today and try to understand one couplet from that great book at the level of our intellect and logic and understanding. So today we are gonna discuss about the couplet which we picked from second mandal, chapter second, and the doha number, the couplet number is 27. Before I go for the explanation, as this is an open forum where we all discuss this openly, I'll request any one of you, please come forward and read this couplet. Also, please read the bhashya of it. Anyone, please come forward.
जय सद्गुरुदेव भैया। वाणी संत अमोघ है, शाप होए वरदान, 3 वर्ष तक अवधि है, पूरा वचन प्रमाण। संत की वाणी कभी व्यर्थ नहीं जाती, वह शाप हो या वरदान हो, वाणी के पूर्ण होने की अवधि का प्रमाण 3 वर्ष तक है। जय सद्गुरुदेव।
Thank you so much, Didi, for this beautiful chanting of this couplet and explaining the essence of this couplet. As Sadgurudev has mentioned here, Vani Sant Amogha hai. So what is Amogh? The one which never fails. So the Vani of Sant, the means is the words of a Sant is Amogh, that never goes in vain, that never falls, that's always true. Either Shap Hoye Vardhan, what it means, either it is a bliss, either it is a blessing or it's a curse. It never goes in vain. It always becomes true. And what is the duration of, what is the duration in which that particular word comes true? The duration is 3 years. 3 वर्ष तक अवधि है पूरा वचन प्रमाण. So within 3 years, whatever Sant says that happens to us. Either it is a bliss or it's a curse. So if we see this couplet, in today's session, our core discussion point is, what is the level of that Vani that is amove all the time? That also gives us a thought that what are the different levels of Vani? Is it something like that? And why Vani of a Sant always comes true, while for other, that's not the truth. So before going to the Vani of a Sant, the words of a Sant, let's first think about Vani. Let us first think about the normal talk, what we do. So first of all, we all know that the power of speech is one of the divine power which we all have in this human form. Now the question is why I'm calling it as a divine power. It is divine because it has really some very specific quality which is very rare in any other things. What are those qualities? So our speech is the one which can help you to win a battle without even touching a thing. Also, the speech has a power to ruin everything, even if everything is properly set up for you. So without even acting a thing, just through your speech, through your words, you can either mess everything up, or you can make everything perfect. So the speech is a very, very, very powerful, or you can say very divine quality or very divine power within us. It has the power to change everything around us just by appropriate or inappropriate use of it. That's why Sahab Kabir has mentioned, बोली एक अमोल है जो कोई बोले जानी हिय तराजू तौल के तब मुख बाहर आनी. What it means? That every word what you speak, that is amol. What it means? That is priceless. So whatever you are speaking, whatever you are saying, those are priceless things that never come back. So how you speak? Hiya taraju tolke. It means before speaking, first try to explore it within yourself, that whatever you are trying to say, whatever you are trying to speak, is it correct or not? Isn't it going to hurt someone? And then tabum ko bahar aani. So first think within yourself and then bring it out. The speech is a form of energy, what is coming out from us. That creates an aura within ourselves, as well as that creates an image of ourselves in someone's heart. The way we talk. Not only the way we talk, the things we talk. So, what we are understanding from this is Vani is a very specific and very special quality, and we all should have very picky when we are saying something. Now, the question is, what is the difference between the speech what we do as a normal people and Santavani, which is Amog, which always comes true? What is the difference between them? And why a Santavani is always true? And why the Vani which we speaks, that's not true in all conditions, in all situations. In my understanding, the reason behind that is at what level that Vani is happening. What is the base behind that particular speech? That base, that condition actually makes a Vani a move or a normal talk. How? Let's think about it. So, the level of our speech, whenever we are saying something, what kind of words, how those words will come out from us, that actually depends from what level we are speaking. Just I'm trying to give you an example. When you are talking from your heart, how you talk, you make sure you never hurt someone, or you express your true feelings, what you are experiencing. Right or wrong, true or false, doesn't matter. But whatever is your feeling about that particular topic, about that particular person in front of whom you are saying this, you will say as per that person when you speak from your heart. Like a mother is talking to her children, her son, daughter. So she will talk what is her feeling and what pleases her child. She never wished to hurt them, right? Similarly, if you are talking from the level of your mind, then how it will be? When you are talking from the level of your mind, your speech will come as per the state your mind is. If your mind is thinking good about that particular thing, your speech will come in favor of that. Suddenly your mood changes, your mood swing happened, you started thinking wrong about that particular thing. The same speech is now telling a different side of that. So what we are seeing here, the speech which is coming out from us, if that is coming out from the level of mind, the content is changing as per the state of mind. Sometime in favor, sometime in against. What is the another level? Level of intellect. What happens when we are talking at the level of our intellect? When we are talking at the level of our intellect, our speech contains the words which are based on our intellectual calculation or thinking, right? Just take an example, like we are discussing here something. So when saying something, there are two levels of those speech. Either the level of my experience or the level of my intellectual calculations, or you can say intellectual thought, which gathered from the reading of multiple books or hearing few stories. Either it could be that or it could be real experience, right? So what we see here, most of the time when we talk, our talk is based on the level of our heart, level of our heart means emotions, you can say. Either you are happy, then you will say happy. If you are you don't have a good equation with someone, then you will say wrong. So either your speech is based on the emotions or your mind or your intellect, and whatever is coming out from your mouth, the base of that vani, the base of that speech is your emotions, your mind, your intellect. Now, what logic says, if the base itself is not truth, how the result will be true all the time? That's the reason that sometime we are saying in for, sometime in against, right? Same thing sometimes feels good to us. We are praising that thing a lot. The next moment we are saying, oh, it's just nothing, doesn't matter. Why? Because the base of our speech is not eternal, is not, you know, true in all situations. So if the base is not nitya, the base is not eternal, the speech which is happening on that base will not be true at all time. It will vary based on conditions. It will vary based on the changes what is happening at that level. In Adhyatma, what we call Satya. Satya is the one which is Nitya, right? A thing is true when it is eternal. What are the eternal things? Six eternal things, right? Swarved says six eternal things. So what we are concluding from that, this overall discussion. So any speech whose base will be eternal, what it means base will be eternal. The speech which is coming from that level, which is eternal in nature, then that speech will be amog. Why? Because the base itself is eternal, the base itself is truth in all condition. So the speech which is coming out from that space, that will be eternal in all conditions. And the talk what we do always, that is based on the thing which is not eternal, which is not true in all situations. As the base itself is not true in all situations, the output of that will not fit in all situations true. Why it is not true? Because it is based on our condition at that particular moment, right? For whom it will be true? It will be true for them who will be on the same condition in which I was when I was saying that particular line. For those person, it is true. For all other who are not on that particular condition, on particular state, for them, it will not be, 100% true. Everyone will accept it at their own level. So what I'm trying to say through this is, and that's the reason, we always say that people manipulate the things from their own way. They understand the things from their own way. Why they understand the things from their own way? Because when we are saying something, either it is from the level of my mind, from intellect, from emotions, they will accept it exactly as it is when they are on the same state of emotions, mind, or intellect as per the speaker. If they are not, they will accept it as per their own state. So they will accept it as per their own versions. That's the reason in a classroom, When a teacher teaches something, what happens? He's saying the same words, he's explaining the same thing, but different students are accepting it as per their own status at that moment. It's not always what they have learned so far. It's also the state of their mind, state of their intellect, state of their emotions. How they are at that moment, that decides how they will capture it, in which way, in which form they will capture it. Now come to the Rishivani, Devvani, the Shantavani, which is Amog, how it is different. And why it is Amog, why it always comes true. It always comes true because the base of that Vani, the base of that speech, talk, word is eternal in nature. What Swamiji says always, मैं अक्षर से बोल रहा हूं. What is Akshar? One of the 6 eternal entity, right? So the base from where the Sant Vani is coming, as the base is eternal, that particular Vani is also eternal. What it means eternal? It is true in all state. And how it is true in all state? Because the source of that particular Vani is true in nature. So how we all accept it? We all accept it as per our status, as per our state of emotions, mind, intellect. But as it is true from its origin, it actually answers the question of our status at that particular moment. That's why Swamiji has mentioned it in Swarved. Ek shabd Gurudeva ka, tako ananta vichar, thake munijana pandita, ved na pave par. What it means, Ek Shabd Gurudeva ka tako ananta vichar. It means the one word of Gurudev has thousands of meaning, thousands of thoughts. Why thousands of thoughts? Because everyone accept it at their own level of, you can say, status at that particular moment. We all experience it in our day-to-day life. You are sad because of some particular problem today. You start reading Swarved. The same couplet gives you some different meaning, gives you some different understanding, and you find that, okay, now you are good with that problem. The other day, you are in different situation, you read the same couplet, you will have a different meaning. The other day, you are in a different zone, the zone of spirituality, read the same couplet, you will experience a different meaning. Why? Because the source of that Vani, the source of that Shabda is eternal. And as it is eternal, its meaning will keep changing as per my state of accepting it, my state of experiencing it. In whatever state I will be, I will see the different flavor of that Shabda as per my level of, we can say, grasping that particular knowledge. That's why Swamiji said, Eka Shabda Gurudeva ka Thako Ananta Vichar. Ananta Vichar is not because of the source, it's because of the condition of that particular soul who is absorbing that Shabda. In different zone of ourselves, in different level of ourselves, we experience it differently. But in all those situations, in all those state of ourselves, that word is eternal, that word is true. It suits everywhere. Why? Because that word, when it happened, it is not modified by, or it is not, you can say, inspired by some particular situation which is not eternal in nature, or which is temporary in nature. What is temporary? Our emotions, right? What is temporary? Our feeling towards someone. So as the source itself is not tempered, the result will never be, specific for some situation. It will always be, true for all in all situations. In our Vedas, in our old spiritual books, what we heard, what we read, Goswami Tulsidas has wrote, Vrathana Jahi Deva Rishivani. What it means? The Vani of Devata and Rishi. Rishi means Sant. Never goes vyartha, right? Never goes in vain. It always becomes true. And Swamiji is saying in Swarved that it comes true in 3 years. And there are so many, you can say, stories, so many examples which confirms that whatever Swamiji has says, that comes true. Just giving you few Sansmaran, like at the birth of our current Sadguru Swatantradeo Ji Maharaj, Swamiji has mentioned that as the time came for the independence of India, so I'm keeping his name as Swatantradeo. And after that, what happened? India becomes free. So a Sant, a Rishi, a Sadguru, who's at that level, whose consciousness is always at the eternal level, whatever he says, that thought is happening from that level. And when it is happening from that level, that always comes true. When I was thinking about this particular topic, one thing also came into my mind, and that is, what is the state of that Sant when he is, doing that Vani? So what I you can say experience at the level of my intellect, that there are two things here. First of all, the first thing is a saint who is at the level of Akshara Brahma. What it means, he is above the level of time, right, on the fourth dimension. So he can see, Sadguru Trikaladarshi hote hain. What it means, he can see your past, future, and present. So what it means that he knows your future as well. But that is one thing, that is one aspect. He also see what's wrong going to be happen. But if your devotion is right, if you are involved in seva sadhana and satsang, then what happens? Then that amritvani happens. From the zone of that eternal level. And when Sadguru says something, when Santa says something, that changes your future, and that happens truly to you within 3 years. as Swamiji mentioned in Swarved. In 3 years, that happens in your life. There is an example, there is a story that once a Sadguru of that particular time was going in a forest, and he saw a old lady was living in a hut which is not in a very good condition, and the background of that lady is like she never helped anyone in her life. That's the reason no one was talking to him. She was not in a good terms with anyone. She was living alone there, poorly, in a very bad situation. But when Sadhguru was in the forest, he was going in the forest, he passes by through her hut, and he he feel very sad from the status of that particular lady, old lady. So what he's saying, he called the Devi of wealth and said, fulfill her with all the materialistic wealth. So Mata Lakshmi appeared in front of Sadhguru, and what she is saying, she has not done anything good in her life. So how I can give something to her? I mean, if you will do some good karma, on result of that, I will give something to her. But she has not did anything good. How I can give something to her? There should be any good karma. So Sadgurudev is asking that lady that, hey, give me that particular leaf of a tree which was fallen on that particular place. She gave that leaf to Sadguru. He again recalled Lakshmi, Mata Lakshmi, and then he is saying to her, she donated, she performed the dana to Sadguru. And now she has done one karma, or you can say a vikarma. Now she deserves everything. So what we are understanding from this story, that a Sadguru is so powerful and so merciful that he can change everything by just his Vani, by the prayog of his Vani, by the implementation of his speech. That's why when Sadgurudev addresses his disciple, what we call that? We call it as the Amritavani. Why we call it as Amritavani? Because every drop of that Vani, every word of that Vani, of that speech, is coming from that eternal level, which is true in all scenarios, which is true in all conditions. And whatever he is saying, either it is in true state for now, or that's going to happen in the future. That's the glory of the master. That's the glory of his speech. And that's the glory of the Shantavani, whom we call as a Moog. So that's what we all are concluding from this couplet, that the Vani of a Sant is true in all situations, in all conditions. Either it is a bliss or it is a curse, and the duration of that is 3 years, what Swamiji has mentioned in Swarved. And Swamiji is saying it, that it will happen, it will become true in the duration of 3 years. That kind of guarantee you will not see anywhere. So that's my understanding from this couplet. If I said something wrong, or If I missed something, that's totally my mistake. I'm sorry about that. And I'll request everyone who joined this platform, please come forward, share your views, or if you have any questions or you want to add anything, please come forward and share your views or question. Thank you so much. And back to you, Deepti ji. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Sudhanshuji. You described this Doha so beautifully and in so much depth. Thanks again for that. And I would now request our audience, they can come forward and ask any question related to this Doha. And we have another, I would say, 10 minutes to take any questions from the audience. So please feel free to come forward and ask any question to our speaker. So if nobody has any question, uh, I would now like to request from the audience who have joined this session completely new, they can introduce themselves, they can tell their name, location, and how did they come to know about this session. Please feel free to come forward and introduce yourself. Now I like to take a moment to recognize Warrior of the Week. We all know that the best time to meditate is Brahma Muhurat between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. But most of us are unable to take advantage of this time. To encourage all of us, NAIVY has started a WhatsApp group called Brahma Muhurat Warrior. Goal for participants is to practice Brahma Muhurat meditation on their own and report status on the group by sending done as a message on the group. There is no session to join. If you are interested to joining the group, please let us know and we will send you the link. It's time to congratulate Warriors of the Week. And Warriors of the Week are Bhagwati Patel ji, Radha ji, Prachi Shirsagar ji, Srirang ji, Surya Alamraju ji, Tejinder ji, Ranjita ji, and Yogesh Shirsagar ji. Congratulations to all of you. And inductees of the week are the ones who are able to meditate at least once in the past week. And they are Vinita ji, Lalmani ji, Vijay ji, and Rashmi ji. Congratulations to all of you too. We have now reached the last page of today's workshop. In this page, we chant a short version of Vandana, Aarti, and Shanti Path. Vandana is the prayer through which we seek blessings of the Sadguru. We request well-being, health, wealth, and seek his blessings for spiritual knowledge. I would now request Devji to sing the last 4 lines of Vandana. Over to you, Devji.
Vandana. Prabhu Kalpa Santa Samaj Uttam Sarva Dharma Chaya Hain Jimi Nadya Sriti Sindhu Ki Hai Vishwapatamaya Kaya Hai Prabhu Sacha Santa Samajatira Aparaksha Kijiye Jana Sadafada Jana Bhakti 3D Dina Dina Kijiye.
Thank you, Devji. Our next prayer is Aarti. Here we acknowledge the power of Almighty and pray that all disciples experience eternal joy, love, and freedom from worries under His holy guidance. I request everybody to stand up for the Aarti. I would now request again Devji to sing the key lines of Aarti. Over to you, Devji.
Arti. Jagurudeva Hare Sadgurudeva Hare Seshajananana Kesanshe Shana me dukarake. Jo Shana me awe. Satapata pawe. Mohi mite. Jivaka. Sukha Shante Wa Pawe Dukahada Mita Jagake Guru Murati Gati Kandrama Sivaka Nayana Chakor Polaka Polaka Niraka Rahe Guru Murati Ki Or Shweta Shweta Maya Shweta He Shweta Shweta Maya Shweta Tina Pada Amriti Bara Shweta Mahamada Shwet Ashta Chakra Sattva Sunya Para Dara Adhara Kipar Tahansa Dafalagara Kiya Bully Parda Sansar.
Thank you so much, Devji. I request everyone to sit down for Shanti Part. In the Shanti Part, we chant for peace for everyone in this universe. May Sadgurudeo bless the entire cosmos with peace, love, and prosperity. I would now request Devji to recite the last few lines of Shanti Part for us.
Hey Prabhu Shanti Sarupa Ho Shanti Shanti Maya Shanti 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 Jana Shanti Ho Purna Shanti Maya Shanti Hey Prabhu Shanti Pradana Kara Duraha Sarva Shanti Deva Sada Phala Shanti Maya Shanti Shanti Sukha Shanti Jai Sadgurudeo Bhagavan Ki Jai.
Thank you so much, Devji, for the beautiful recitation. I would like to thank all of you for joining us and make this satsang successful. I encourage everybody to ponder upon the topic we discussed today. Special thanks to again Sudhanshuji for the beautiful explanation with so much in-depth knowledge sharing with us, and also to Devji for the beautiful recitation. I pray to the Sadguru for peace. Uh, I pray to the Sadgurudev for peaceful and spiritual week ahead for all of us. See you all next Sunday at 10:30 a.m. EST on the same Zoom session. Have a wonderful day ahead and Jai Sadgurudev.